What happens when a nation turns its entire economic system into an experiment? In the early 1980s, one idea took control of the American economy. It was called Reaganomics, the economic doctrine of Ronald Reagan. Its promise was simple, almost seductive. Cut taxes for the wealthy, deregulate corporations, shrink government oversight, and wealth will trickle down to everyone else. The theory sounded elegant. The reality was brutal. Before the Reagan era, the American middle class was the backbone of the country. One income could support a family. Manufacturing jobs were stable. Wealth gaps existed, but they were manageable. Reaganomics changed the rules. Taxes on the richest Americans were slashed. Corporate regulations were dismantled. Wall Street was unleashed with fewer restrictions. The philosophy was clear. Let capital run free and prosperity will follow. But the prosperity did not trickle down. It flooded upward. Over the next 4 decades, wealth concentrated at the very top. The richest 1% captured an ever-growing share of national income, while wages for the average worker stagnated. Productivity went up. Corporate profits exploded. Executive salaries multiplied. But the middle class stopped moving. Factories closed. Jobs moved overseas. Entire communities collapsed across the American industrial heartland. Reaganomics did not just reshape the economy, it reshaped power. As regulations disappeared, financial institutions gained enormous influence. The banking sector expanded rapidly, pushing riskier financial products and speculative markets. The inevitable result came in 2008. The global financial system nearly collapsed during the global financial crisis of 2008. Banks had spent years gambling with deregulated financial instruments, mortgage derivatives, and excessive leverage. When the system cracked, ordinary people paid the price. Millions lost their homes, their jobs, and their savings. But the banks survived, and the national debt, it exploded. Massive tax cuts combined with military spending and repeated financial bailouts pushed American debt into territory once unimaginable. Reaganomics created something else as well, a new political ecosystem. Money began to dominate politics. Lobbyists, corporate donors, and financial institutions became the real architects of policy. The age of traditional statesmen faded. Figures like Richard Nixon represented an older political model, flawed but still rooted in national strategy and statecraft. In the new era, politicians increasingly resembled corporate executives managing a brand. Leaders like Barack Obama operated within a system heavily influenced by financial institutions and corporate interests. And eventually, politics evolved again. The system produced something new: political showmanship, a politics driven by spectacle, personality, and media dominance. Embodied by figures like Donald Trump, from statesmen to corporate managers to political performers, all within the same economic architecture that began in the 1980s. Reaganomics promised freedom and prosperity. Instead, it accelerated inequality, hollowed out the middle class, empowered financial elites, and transformed politics into a marketplace of influence. And 40 years later, the consequences are still unfolding. This is the third eye. If you want analysis that challenges the narrative and exposes the power structures shaping our world, follow the channel, share the episode, and join the conversation, because understanding the system is the first step to seeing through it.